I'm at the etrailer. If you have a 2023 Toyota Tacoma and you're looking for something that's going to be really easy to get on and off your vehicle and just going to give you a little bit more peace of mind when you're driving around for those moderate snow and ice conditions, then the Titan chain assisted tensioning tire chains are going to be a great option for you. Now we're going to have this on tire size 245, 75, R16. Now this will fit a variety of other sizes. That's just the size we have today. And we're going to have this on the rear axle as what the manual recommends. And if you're worried about this fitting your vehicle, you can actually plug in your vehicle's information into our fit guide to find the right one for you. Now these chains are going to be constructed from a manganese nickel alloy, and they're going to be very low profile and have the square shape to them. We'll also have this diamond pattern to our chains. And what really all that means is that construction is going to help them last a lot longer, helping them be more rust resistant, and that square links will give them more bite going through the ice and snow. The low profile is actually going to mean they're Class S chains, which just gives us more room to sit behind our suspension, so you have a little bit more peace of mind. And that diamond pattern is giving us more coverage on our tire, which in turn is giving us more traction to make those turns. We're also going to have this built-in tensioning device. It's just going to be this gray link that travels through multiple points. So we have different points of where that tension is being taken out of. And then we come up here to this rubber section. This rubber section can really stretch to alleviate any of that looseness that we get with our chains. And this is important to know because when you're driving around, a lot of times your chains will shift, and once they shift, they usually loosen up. This is going to keep any of that slack from coming back. And your kit will come with 2 chains, and it's going to come with this nice carrier. And I like this carrier a lot because it's pretty soft, so it's not going to scratch up anything in your vehicle. And if we open it up, you'll notice we have 2 pockets. Having 2 pockets is great because it's going to keep your chains separate and keep them from tangling up with one another. And it's relatively pretty flat, so if you want to store this in your truck, you have plenty of room to do so, especially if you have a crew cab. Now, in my opinion, I think this is a great option if you're looking for something that's still pretty affordable and easy to work with, where you don't have to get underneath your truck to install them, and you're looking for something to get you through those moderate snow and ice conditions. Now, if you're looking for something that feels a little bit more premium, looks a little bit nicer on your tires, and it's going to have a better tensioning device, then I would recommend the Koenig self-tensioning tire chains. And that's going to be a little bit different because instead of having just a rubber tensioner here, we're going to have a whole mechanism that's going to constantly apply tension to your chains. So it's just going to work a little bit better than these and give you even more peace of mind when you're driving about. The only downside to those are they're going to be at a more premium price point, while this will do a lot of very similar things that those can do. Now, if you're curious to see what this installation looks like, just stay tuned. It'll walk you through the process. To start off the installation, I like to lay out my chains and grab some gloves just to make this a bit easier. And if you are doing this for the first time, I recommend staying home and trying it out. But what we're really looking for is to make sure nothing's twisted up and nothing's tangled up on our chains, and everything's in the right orientation. So we want to make sure the flat part of these hooks here are facing up, so the other side isn't making contact with the tire. We want to make sure these yellow links are furthest away from the tire, and we don't have any connections made in the center. Once we've established that, we can start putting them on. And what I like to do is just kind of slide it behind our tire, making sure everything stays to the relative sides, and then just kind of chuck it back here. Now, in those snowy conditions, that might be a little bit difficult. You might just have to throw it a little bit extra hard when you do that. But from here, we're really just trying to make sure everything looks even and spread out, and nothing got tangled up in that process. And from here, we're really just going to be grabbing this gray cord on the back, lifting up, and reaching behind our tire. From here, we're just going to be making this connection. We're going to take that metal block, putting in that channel, and seating it into place. From here, we're going to maintain control of our links and drape them over the front. And from here, you're just taking this green hook and this yellow link and connecting them together, just like so. And then you'll notice this is hanging down kind of low. I'm not a big fan of that, so I'm going to adjust how this fits just by making sure it's even on both ends. And at this point, we can make our connections on the bottom. All that process really is just us grabbing this hook, and with the gray links, we're going to be running that through this channel. Just like that. Then you're going to apply tension to it, make sure it's nice and tight. We're going to grab this hook, push it through these red eyelets. You might need two hands to do this. Once it's through, I'm going to apply more tension. Make sure it stays tight. Repeat it on the second one. Once you're past the second one, then we can start making our connections. And to do that, all we have to do is reach to the furthest point we can with that metal hook facing away from your tire and grabbing onto one of these links. Once you've done this on both sides, then I recommend either pulling forward or backing up some, just to make sure everything's seating properly. And if it is, you can take it out for a ride. But that was just a look at the Titan Chain Assisted Tire Chains on our 2023 Toyota Tacoma. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.